ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. After a big night on Thursday when he was chosen #1 overall in the NBA draft by the Phoenix Suns, DeAndre Ayton made his way back to Arizona on Friday where he was officially introduced, and he made it very clear that's where he wants to be.
As soon as my mom and I made a decision that we're going to stay here and make Arizona our second home, we had to adapt to how their American life is, and going through the process of going to the U of A, going through the stuff I went through, and the fans supporting me, knowing that they had my back and they gave me their all, and I also gave them my all. I just had a lot of love, and to me, Arizona has the best fans in the world.
Ayton had a lot of support at the draft, including one of his former coaches, Gary Franks.
I've known DeAndre when he was a freshman. He played for my AAU team out of California as a freshman. Came back and played as a returning player going into a senior year, and just was a phenomenal guy to coach. Real lovable player, man, just all about team, and I'm happy for him.
Sports Minister, the Honorable Michael Pintard, was also in New York for the draft, but that was also a business trip.
We had a number of meetings with potential investors, and we've made tremendous headway. We had an opportunity to also meet with the leadership of the Brooklyn Nets, and that was powerful, and we're already looking at a short list of items we'd be able to collaborate on.
Our men's national basketball team left town yesterday as they get set for international competition. For more on that, here's Kelsey Johnson.
The Bahamas has lost all of its games so far. However, it is in a position to still win at least one game and qualify.
There's a lot riding on Thursday's game for Team Bahamas against the U.S. Virgin Islands. The third window of the FIBA Americas World Cup qualifiers is the most important round for the Bahamas thus far. Not only is Team Bahamas in a must-win situation, if they are successful in defeating the U.S. Virgin Islands, it must be by more than 10 points.
The last time they met in Nassau, they would have lost to the U.S. Virgin Islands by some 8 points. But we must bear in mind, even though you may beat the U.S. Virgin Islands the next time around, all of the point spread will add up against all of the teams. All right, and then you'll have a goal average. And that goal average will determine the first, second, third, and fourth slots.
Shavano Buddy Hill, Lou Rawls Tumtum Nen, Shaquille Clare, Jerron Burroughs, and Lyndon Rose Jr. are just a few of the key players named to the squad for this round. Chris DeMarco, the assistant coach for the NBA championship team, the Golden State Warriors, is confident that the team will win. Mario Boleg, the head coach of Team Bahamas, said it will all come down to chemistry.
They're all pros, though. They play, whether it's overseas or in the NBA. European teams, they're all professionals. So I think he was talking about just the concepts and the terminology on the basketball court. They're all already going to know because of the level that they're playing at. So I don't think it's going to be that different.
We have about 6 practices before our first game, and by then, between now and then, we'll be able to determine who's that starting lineup. But I don't think it matters who starts or who is coming off the bench. Each player brings a different aspect to the game, an asset to the team that we think is needed, and it's just to get that right connection.
The Bahamas heads into the game with a 0-4 win-loss record. 2 losses coming from Canada, 1 from the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the other from the Dominican Republic, a team they are expected to play on July 2nd. Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Total Sports.
Rain hampering this past weekend's Bahamas Baseball Association's Andre Rogers Junior Nationals in Grand Bahama, but champions were crowned in 2 divisions. In the under-18s, Grand Bahama Little League took care of the Junior Baseball League of Nassau 3-1, while in the under-14s, it was Freedom Farm winning 4-3 over Grand Bahama Little League. As for the under-16s, under-12, under-10, and under-8s, a meeting is being held tonight to determine if those championship games will still be played at a later date. The B3 Ace also staging its senior national track and field championships over the weekend, but it didn't live up to its billing as many of the events had less than 4 competitors and some did not even go off. Shawnee Miller-Weibo stepped out of her comfort zone but still came out on top, winning in a field of 2 in the women's high jump with a clearance of 5 feet 7 inches.
I actually haven't been doing much training for it, and so that's why I'm really pleased with the performance today. Just maybe like 2 or 3 days ago, I came over and started working out with Coach Cartwright, and he got me back into things. And so, yeah, everything's going well. I'm happy, like I said, with the performance, but we're not doing training for it. We're obviously still training for the 400 this year, and so, yeah, just to have a little bit of fun.
The men's high jump much more competitive with all the big names taking part. When the smoke had cleared, it would be former world champion Donald Thomas holding off the field, which included Jamal Wilson, Trevor Barry, and Ryan Ingram. Thomas and Wilson both cleared 7.3 3/4, but Thomas was crowned national champion on less knockdowns.
Came out there for the victory. Try to consume as less energy as possible, and just happy to have the victory.
So what's next for you?
I head over to Lausanne Diamond League. Right now, I'm 3rd in the standings. I rank number 5 in the world. So just to go out there and compete and represent my country, my homeland, and my family.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.